Scene script. Have you ever wondered how much power the sun provides us every day, and how we can harness this energy? Welcome to our exploration of the phenomenal power of the sun, and the extraordinary process we use to capture and convert this energy into a form that powers our lives. The sun, that brilliant ball of fiery gas in our sky, is an incredibly abundant source of energy. In fact, it is the most abundant source of energy available to us on Earth. Isn't it mind-boggling to think that the energy we receive from the sun in just 1 hour, yes, just 1 hour, could meet the world's energy needs for an entire year? Now imagine if we could capture and utilize even a fraction of that energy. Well, the good news is, we can, and we do. That's what solar energy is all about. Harnessing the sun's power and turning it into a form of energy that we can use to power everything from our homes and businesses to our gadgets and even our cars. But how exactly does this process work? How do we take this radiant energy, this sunlight, and turn it into something as tangible and practical as electricity? It might seem like a complex process, and it is, but it's also incredibly fascinating. The sun's energy comes to us in the form of light and heat, but it's the light that we're really interested in when it comes to solar energy. This light is made up of tiny particles called photons. These photons carry energy, and it's this energy that we can capture and convert into electricity. But the process isn't as simple as just capturing these photons and using them to power our devices. There's a lot more to it than that, and it involves some pretty amazing technology and a good understanding of physics. So how do we take this sunlight and turn it into usable energy? Sit tight as we delve into the fascinating process of harnessing solar energy. The answer lies in a technology you've likely heard of: solar panels, or more specifically, photovoltaic cells. These cells are the heart and soul of solar power, the unsung heroes of the renewable energy world. But what are they exactly? Well, photovoltaic cells, often abbreviated as PV cells, are small, square-shaped semiconductors, made from silicon and other conductive materials. They're designed to capture sunlight and convert it into electricity. You'll find them packed together like a team of sun-powered superheroes on a solar panel. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of how these cells turn sunlight into electricity. It all starts when particles of light, known as photons, hit the surface of a photovoltaic cell. These photons carry energy from the sun, and when they strike the PV cell, they can knock loose electrons from the atoms in the semiconductors. This action creates a kind of electrical pressure or voltage. The photovoltaic cells are wired in series, so this voltage can be harnessed. When the cells are connected to an electrical load like a light bulb or a refrigerator, the electrons can flow as an electric current, powering that load. It's a bit like a water wheel. Just as the flowing water turns the wheel, the flowing electrons create electricity, and just as the water wheel can power machinery, the photovoltaic cells can power anything that runs on electricity. The brilliance of this technology is its simplicity. There are no moving parts, no complex machinery, just the silent, steady conversion of sunlight into electricity. It's a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of our ability to harness the natural world in sustainable, eco-friendly ways. Now that we understand the basics of photovoltaics, let's explore this process in more detail. So, how exactly does a solar panel work? Let's delve into the inner workings of a solar panel. At its core, a solar panel is made up of a layer of silicon cells, a metal frame, a glass casing, and various wiring to allow the generated electricity to flow. The silicon cells are key players in this process. They are in fact semiconductors, which means they can conduct electricity under certain conditions. Now let's picture sunlight hitting the surface of a solar panel. Sunlight is composed of tiny particles of energy called photons. When these photons hit the silicon cells of a solar panel, they knock electrons loose from their atoms. This movement of electrons from the silicon cells is what creates an electric current. This current, however, isn't immediately usable. It's called direct current, or DC electricity, and it's the type of electricity that batteries provide. Our homes and businesses, on the other hand, operate on alternating current or AC electricity. So, we have a bit of a mismatch, but don't worry, we'll talk about how we solve this problem in the next scene. For now, let's focus on the fact that we've managed to create electricity using nothing but sunlight and some cleverly arranged silicon cells. This process of converting light energy into electrical energy is known as the photovoltaic effect, hence why solar panels are often referred to as photovoltaic panels. It's a process that requires no moving parts, produces no emissions, and is capable of powering everything from small electronics to entire communities. We've come a long way from the early days of solar energy, and we're continually finding new ways to improve the efficiency and affordability of solar panels. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our commitment to finding sustainable solutions for our energy needs. But that's not the end. We need to make this electricity usable for our homes and businesses. Stay tuned for the next scene where we'll discuss the critical role of inverters in the solar power system. Enter the inverter, a crucial component of any solar energy system. This unsung hero plays a pivotal role in making the sun's power usable in our everyday lives. But what exactly does an inverter do, you ask? Let's dive into that. The primary job of an inverter in a solar energy system is to convert direct current or DC electricity into alternating current or AC electricity. You see, the energy harnessed by solar panels is in the form of DC electricity. While this form of electricity is great for many things, most of our homes and appliances are designed to use AC electricity. So why the difference? Well, DC electricity flows in a single straight direction, much like a river flowing downstream. On the other hand, AC electricity changes direction, or alternates, many times per second. This alternating flow is what allows electricity to travel vast distances without losing much energy, making it ideal for powering our homes and cities. Now back to our main actor, the inverter. This device is essentially a translator, converting the DC electricity from the solar panels into the AC electricity we use in our homes. But it's not just a simple flip of a switch. The inverter uses complex electronic circuitry to change the straightforward flow of DC electricity into the back and forth flow of AC electricity. Imagine the inverter as a gatekeeper, taking in raw, unrefined solar power and transforming it into something we can use to power everything from our refrigerators to our smartphones. Without this crucial component, we wouldn't be able to harness the full potential of solar energy. So, the next time you switch on a light or charge your phone, spare a thought for the inverter. This unsung hero works tirelessly behind the scenes, making the power of the sun accessible and usable in our everyday lives. With the inverter's help, we now have electricity that can power our homes. But what happens when the sun isn't shining? Well, that's a story for another scene. Stay tuned. That's where energy storage comes into play. Harnessing the sun's energy is a marvel of modern technology. But what happens when the sun sets or when the clouds roll in? The answer is quite simple: energy storage. This is a fundamental component of any solar energy system, allowing us to access the sun's power even when it's out of sight. Consider this: the sun showers us with its energy during daylight hours, and we harness this power through our solar panels. But the energy we collect isn't always used immediately. Sometimes there's an excess of energy generated during the day, more than we can consume. This surplus of energy needs to go somewhere. That's where energy storage comes in. Now let's delve a little deeper into the concept of solar batteries, the primary method of storing solar energy. Picture a reservoir holding and preserving the water until it's needed. Solar batteries function in a similar fashion. They store the surplus energy generated by your solar panels for later use. These batteries are not your typical AA batteries. They are advanced and designed specifically to handle the high energy output from solar panels. When your solar panels produce more electricity than your home needs, the excess is sent to the battery. When the panels aren't producing electricity, like at night or during a power outage, your battery can provide the stored electricity back to your home. So how does a solar battery work? The stored electricity in the battery is in the form of direct current, or DC. But remember our friend the inverter from earlier? Well, it comes back into play here. The inverter converts the DC electricity from the battery into alternating current, or AC, which is the type of electricity your home uses. And there you have it, the journey of sunlight to the electricity in your home, thanks to the power of solar energy. The sun provides the energy, the solar panels capture it, the inverter converts it, and the battery stores it, ensuring that you have a steady, reliable supply of electricity, day or night.